Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. The best of news for you, the best of news for me. It is Expanse Day, the best day of the week. Friends, today we are watching The Expanse Season 2, Episode 7, The Seventh Man. Ended on quite a bit of a cliffhanger when it pertains to Ganymede, Bobby, and her Marines. What the hell was that? And in addition, the secrets are starting to pile up aboard our beloved Rossi. I am looking at you, Naomi. My friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. You'll be alerted anytime we go live on YouTube. And of course, if you want any of what we have early or in its full-length format, link to the Patreon is in the description. Don't like Patreon? Stick around here on YouTube for our memberships. You get all the episodes 24 hours early, plus bonus content. For The Expanse, it's my case studies, where I put down my ridiculous theories. But friends, all that is then, and this is now. And now it's time to watch The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 7, The Seventh Man. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go. I don't like that we don't get cold opens anymore. As much as I bitched about them, they were what I expected. I don't expect this now, so I'm off put. I really can't believe that they killed off Bobby's group. That was very shocking to me because I thought they were doing a really good job of establishing those characters. Now, I guess technically we didn't see them dead, but I mean, their suits were mangled and face masks destroyed, and they were not in hospitable climes, so to speak. So with that mask, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen in this show, but it looked really bad for everybody, including Bobby, but Bobby still seemed to be alive. Is that a bloody snowflake? Oh, Bobby. Bet you she put up one hell of a fight. Oh, did you see it when she tried to move, it moved. God, what a beautiful shot. As horrible as it is. God, she's so messed up. Like any new, it's just her. I don't see the others.
We estimate over 3,000 dead and thousands more wounded. Ganymede is the breadbasket.
Wow. Cover-up's already starting.
But make no mistake, this was an escalation. We need to choose an appropriate Martian target in response.
Ehrenreich, shut the fuck up.
We invite Mars to a peace summit.
A peace summit?
Mars thinks it's our weapon, we think it's theirs. There are too many ships in one place, and we're sending more. The next step will be war.
It will.
We lost on Ganymede, definitively.
So they.
40 years ago, the Vesta blockade was the closest we ever got to the brink. You know why we barely avoided mutual extinction?
Cooler heads.
It's time to step back before we're all wandering through the rubble, defending ourselves with rocks and sticks.
You'll never sell it to the Security Council.
Neither will you.
Why didn't you ever run for office?
I like getting shit done, and I like to keep my head attached to my neck.
Your father was smart. You're smarter.
Well, Ehrenreich, you've lost the ear. Now what? And she's let you know last episode that you're on notice too, brother.
Refugee ships waiting to...
And despite the circumstances, it will be good to see
Anderson Dawes.
until then.
Ooh. Who are you working for?
Oh, Beltalona, welcome on city!
Oh, Anderson in the flesh.
You think that's why Bells love him? Because he lined his own pockets for years?
Yeah, he's enough of a Robin Hood.
Yeah, now he's practically running series.
About time a Belter was.
Watch the conversation here, Holden.
I said one each. Back off.
Leave my mother alone! You leave her alone!
Oh my God. Amos' backstory. Alex, see this. See this. Somebody see this. What happened to you, buddy? What happened to you? Take it nice and slow with all this stuff.
Gunny, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but no one from your team made it.
Oh, man.
You reported shots fired along the UN line.
6 Blues.
Let's see it.
They were coming right at us.
They were shooting behind them, though.
6 Blues charging you?
No. No, wait, it was the 7th. Lieutenant Sutton, he would have picked up on it. He was on...
Lieutenant Sutton was killed with 11 others on this run.
Oh, man. Come on, Gunny. Oh, my God. Oh, Bobby. Oh, my word. We're sure she's on a Martian. Yeah, wouldn't put... I literally trust nothing in this show. Yoko, my man.
They changed your brain with that procedure. That's forever, right?
It was temporary at first. It was painless, you know. The procedure. If you're interested.
I didn't say that.
He's already had it done.
Today, there was this boy that looked at me like I was a monster. It made me remember when I was that boy.
So somebody hurt your mother?
I lost her a long time ago. And then there was Lydia.
Who?
Who?
You want to be that real boy again, to feel how you felt before the world broke you.
Wow.
We are about to rewrite the entire story of humanity.
This guy believes it.
Thank you all for your presence today.
The OPA conclave.
The OPA just saved Earth. And if that is not sufficient enough to earn their respect, we have their missiles.
Jeez, Fred, you admitted that?
The belt needs a born belter to be its voice.
Oh, God, no.
I will be honored to represent the belt.
Oh, so Fred drank from the Anderson Kool-Aid.
An Earther's dream. I do not doubt his heart.
Jared Harris is so good.
And has proven himself to be a true friend to the belt.
A friend, but not a belter.
I fear the peace more. For that is when they will turn their sights back on all of us.
He's right.
Earthers, Martians, they see us as their possession.
They really do. Whatever Dawes is playing at here, he knows exactly how to play it.
We've seen Eros burn up into Venus.
Did we?
I was on Eros.
Holden.
I saw it dying. And I was there when we killed the bastards who did it. And I think Fred is right. The threat has been eliminated.
That you can see.
Best Earth has to offer us are coming to our fight. But I think he is idealist, my friend.
God, he's so good.
The missiles are useless to us.
How do you want to send him back, Anderson?
You, Satara. You were on Eros too, yeah? You think this is over?
I hope that it is.
Oh, that's a matchup I'd like to see. Naomi versus Anderson Dawes. Holy shit. Sorry I was quiet there. A lot of information.
Do you know what everyone saw in there? Do you know what Anderson Dawes saw in there? You and Fred Johnson.
Earthers.
Earthers telling Belters how they should run the belt. If Eris rammed into Earth, wiped out half of your people, then you'd know.
Huh. Uh-oh. My man's got his vitamin E pill. Haven't seen these since Lopez.
So 7 UN Marines started charging and shooting at you.
Shooting behind them.
7th man. He's behind them.
That's your attacker.
7 UN Marines.
Yeah, they were charging at us.
No, thank Gunny.
They want a war. We'll give them a goddamn war.
But I know what I saw too, and they were shooting behind them.
Oh, I could use one of these.
I fucking bet you could, Anderson.
Legitimate salvage.
It most certainly is.
God, I love Jared Harris.
The truth is, it's never what you expect it to be, eh?
You mean like all Earthers aren't scumbags? And some Belters are just full of shit?
Be careful who you're playing with.
And in all your travels, Eros and back, you came away with nothing that could help the belt.
You know it.
Good and bad, don't get distracted by that. It will just confuse you.
But that's a statement for the entire show.
And bad men do things believing it's for the good of all mankind.
Like Anderson Dawes.
This isn't over, Satara. I can't rely on hope.
We nearly lost Earth in all of this, too, you know.
Is he reading Naomi?
He wouldn't offer me up to the inner planets as his errand boy or be willing to return Earth's missiles so readily unless he had another card to play.
None that we know of. Now get off my ship.
Wait, Holden makes up his mind quick, doesn't he?
Any weapon that Fred Johnson has is vulnerable.
But she didn't tell Fred about the sample she kept, did she?
In this together. Otherwise, we're all lost.
Listen, Naomi's playing her hand. This doesn't necessarily have to be your hand too, Holden. She is a belter, and she needs to make sure that she keeps that place safe. I see what she's doing. She refuses to let that sample. What is this?
You know we can get you a new suit.
Fuck off. Sorry, sir. No disrespect intended.
Eddie's Captain Martin's.
I love the Martian commanders. They're so good.
There was a stray ag drone over our position.
It was monitoring you. It wasn't stray.
Have you checked that drone's feed yet?
We were on high alert for anything in that area. There was no drone over your position.
Yeah.
What did you see, Bobby?
I can't remember.
Yes, you can.
We can help you with that.
This guy's coming across as too nice.
From what people tell me, you're the one really running things around here.
Oh boy.
We need you back home.
What?
If we're going to reminisce, let's at least get a drink, huh?
We will toast to Fred Johnson's secret weapon.
What secret weapon? Giving her the pill.
It sharpens your mind.
Are they trying to manipulate the events to make it lead to Bobby's basically confession that there was an attack? Or are they truly interested? Oh, this is cool. We get to see what you actually see with the vitamin E.
7 UN Marines charged your position.
No.
Is that correct?
6 UN Marines being chased by a 7th.
6 in formation up front and the 7th bringing up the rear.
They are firing behind them. I know it.
Make a line, straight fire, 500 meters.
They formed a line.
Oh my God.
The 7th man, he wasn't wearing a vac suit.
That's enough.
Come on, she's basically telling you the same thing over and over again, everybody here. I mean, it's not like she's trying to lie. She was through trauma.
He says it's talking to him.
What does that mean?
He's hearing it again.
If the belt has the protomolecule, no one will ever use it against us again.
He knows. Holden just figured it out. Naomi. Diogo.
Diogo Harari. Forgive the intrusion. I'm Anderson Dawes. Mila danza ere de satara. Shukume. You were on Eros with him, too.
I love how they don't give us the subtitles for the Belter language.
Yeah. With Mila too.
I better keep my eye on you. Soon your legend will be better than mine.
Yeah, stay.
Fred Johnson just want people. Scientists.
What for, do you paint, sir?
Go ahead and tell him. He's going to find out.
You ran with the 5 Points crew.
Go ahead, Diogo, because tell him what you saw. Give yourself a better position at the table.
It's hard to feel we matter out here, isn't it? The distances are so vast.
He is a statesman through and through. Statesman and like a union boss, like, you know, I don't want to say revolutionary because he's got a more political bent to him than, you know, deconstruction. He's got a plan in place for, you know, active governing. God, this show with its practical effects, unreal. The little details like that. To set that shot up with her having that scar under the arm and everything.
After the shit show on Ganymede, Earth and Mars are meeting for an emergency summit. Your first-hand account of what happened will lay the groundwork for what's to come.
She's going to Earth?
In the confusion of a communications blackout, your team fired first.
Sir?
What?
Did you say we shot first?
Well, given the lack of intel, it's a supportable conclusion.
No.
That thing was driving them
I
forward.
don't want to hear any more talk about a thing, Gunny. Are we clear? You know what I remember most about Earth, Gunny?
Not so you're gonna tell me a fucking story now to sell me on this bullshit.
Love it. Yeah, you want to talk off the record, motherfucker? Let's talk off the record.
My apologies, sir.
Nah, don't apologize for that shit.
The UN has demanded your direct testimony. When you get there, you'll tell them your story.
When I get there.
Sergeant, you're going to Earth.
Oh, Bobby, you are out of your depth here. Oh my God, you're gonna be with Christian and Dawes, and holy fuck. Make sure you fuck this all up. Holden said, "Hold my beer, everybody. I'm gonna fuck this relationship up because I don't trust Naomi, and I probably shouldn't, but..." The fuck are you doing, dude? Man, I miss Miller's gun. Where are you? Maintenance sector? Is this where Cortazar was? Yep. How did he know to go there?
He's taken Cortazar.
Passion.
Because you told him about Cortazar.
Release, above 38C.
Overriding.
Can't do. System's locked out.
System. He's burning hard for series.
What is going on? Dawes says Cortazar is running.
What?
Dust off now.
Copy that. Let's roll.
Seamus with you?
I don't know where he is. Get your ass down here.
We'll lose him if you wait. Just go. Go!
Oh my God, they're only sending the two of them out?
Tycho TC, this is Rocinante requesting emergency release.
Go get him, Alex. God, the Ross is such a fucking badass ship. Oh, Alex is so great. God, I love this fucking show. I've been incredibly invested in this one. I know I've been quiet.
Widen out your visual. Try and reacquire.
Look for a flash. Anything. Thrusters. Anything vented. There.
Got him.
Hang on.
Alex.
Prepare the PDCs.
We cannot shoot him down.
Not down. Out.
They got their shit, engine. Remember, he was on your ship. I hope he didn't do anything.
Steady.
Well, that'll do it.
Gotcha.
God, Alex.
We should wait for backup.
Every second we wait is another second that Dawes can put a bullet in Cortazar's head. God only knows what Cortazar has told him already.
We're not sure he's on that ship. We didn't see them load into that ship.
If it comes down to it, I go low, you go high. Open our door on my mark. Ready? 3.
Alex.
2. 1.
Stone cold, both of them. Diogo, what did he talk you into?
You got me. Just me.
Damn it, Diogo.
We lost Dawes. He's got Cortazar. They're gone.
Then he would have to steal me on the station. Shit. Motherfucker. All right, my friends, we just got done watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 7, The Seventh Man. And the only thing we have left to do is to talk about it. All right, everyone, just got done watching The Expanse, Season 2, Episode 7, The Seventh Man. Boy, I was quiet through this one because we were getting, this was almost like an early Season 1 episode because they were taking us around the horn on the opposite side of the story that we hadn't really been privy to for quite some time. Series is the center, it's the heart of the belt. And so everything that we get story-wise and background-wise and the ability to take the belt's temperature, not Earth and not Mars, because we always seem to be focusing on those two powerhouses, or superpowers so far, especially this season. It's been the events on Ganymede. At the end of season 1 and the beginning of 2, we had the events of what was going on. We got to see where Phoebe Station gets destroyed and all of these things. And so it's really, we need to get back to series every once in a while, because that's the only place where we have Anderson Dawes in the flesh. We get to see kind of like where the Belters truly stand. Because for the most part, if you're looking at a popularity contest here, whatever Anderson Dawes does or says is usually where the rest of the factions and the OPA are going to be aligned anyway, because he's got their hearts and minds. He's their champion. He doesn't try to seize too much power. He cedes quite a bit of power to the faction heads, it seems. And so whenever he does try to like stand up on the soapbox and give a proclamation, he's heard, he's listened to. He's a true Belter. He is, as close to a president or a leader, elected official that they have. And for as great as Fred Johnson might be as far as his ability to manipulate facts, at least before the events with the Nauvoo and everything, he's always going to be an earther. He's never going to have the same level of trust as a Anderson Dawes. At least among the true OPA, not that there's a true OPA, but people that are very, nationalistic towards the belt, they're going to gravitate towards Dawes just because of his heritage. He was there, and it's easier for them to do that. And Dawes reinforces that type of shit by calling Fred Johnson a true friend of the belt. He doesn't say, you're one of us, Fred Johnson, you are a Belter, you are a friend of the belt, which doesn't make you a Belter, just someone that is currently friendly to the belt, which is you can always change that descriptor. You can remove it or take away that friendship. And so everything is a game here, and we've gotten to see quite a bit of the political struggle that's going on in the UN between Christian and Aaron Wright, and we got a little taste of that morning for me, a little taste of that in this episode whenever we saw that Christian now seems to hold more power than Aaron Wright, or at least holds the ear of the Secretary General, in that her contributions are being noted first, they're being asked to be expanded upon, and Aaron Wright's are being set up as, there's not the good way to look at this is when the Secretary General hears something from Aaron right now, he turns to Christian not for support of that statement, but a refuting of it. And so as long as he basically is checking in with Christian now to see if she agrees with Aaron Wright, and if not, which is the case now, what her statement or stance is. She is being listened to above Aaron Wright, even though I'm pretty sure she's third in command, with Aaron Wright being second in command. Aaron Wright lost a ton of political clout in the past bit, and Christian knows this. And Christian knows that his association with Mao, as we saw in the last episode, the one before this, she called him out. She called him out, put him on the carpet, and basically, all those proclamations and warnings that she was making for third parties were directly aimed at Aaron Wright. She wasn't going after Mao's kids or anything. That was all for you, Aaron Wright. That was all to let you know what she was capable of and how she was coming guns a-blazing. Christian's the power on Earth right now. Always has been, really. She just had a murky waters there to skate whenever Aaron Wright and Mao seemed to be getting their way. Now, provided we're starting to see, though, a little bit of horse fuckery with the Martians now. And so, I understand, I guess, why they're trying to manipulate the outcome of what Bobby saw in Ganymede. If they take responsibility for it, it might be a peaceful resolution, but here's the problem I have with that, is that you're implanting or asking Bobby to lie. To basically say we fired first, and the problem with that is there are people on Earth that don't need a little pill to be able to read that Bobby's not telling the truth. And one of those people, Christian, is going to be in the fucking room when she's talking, when Bobby's talking. I don't know why you would risk having Bobby, and for all the skills that Bobby possesses, keeping her shit about her, and she's prone to outbursts. She's prone to honesty. She's prone to downright aggression. She told that, which I loved. You tell me a fucking, something to spin this fucking story. That was great. That was so good, because you're setting her up to be the scapegoat or you're setting her up to be this false front at some point. No way out of that story for Bobby. You know, if she changes it on the fly or gets in there, then all of a sudden the Martians can kill her credibility. The UN will think she's suspect. You know, it's a dance that she has never learned the steps to, and she's being thrown on center stage to perform it. And I don't like the way that the Martians are going about that. I said that, you know, I really like the Martian commanders, and to this point, before we met the two today, we had very, very good ones that I thought, you know, were representative of what I believe to be, and I still believe to be, the entirety or the totality of the Martian kind of military complex. You know, they were just very nationalistic, but they were also very supportive. Now, with this group on this ship, the problem is now that we have ones that are trying to manipulate the events of the day, and I'm not sure exactly why, because I think that there is a better payoff. I think there's a better payoff if you have Bobby tell the truth. Now, if you wanted to omit that somebody was out there without a vac suit because, you know, the proto-molecule stuff, or like reserve that for some type of like super top secret high level clearance classified shit session, you know, on Earth or whatever, that's, I guess, one thing. But I think that any type of manipulation of the events in which Bobby is the one that's going to have to convey them is doomed to failure, because, like I said, Bobby just can't hang with Christian or Aaron Wright. You know, I mean, once they see, or Kodiar, you know, or the Christian's, you know, spy master. I mean, they're all gonna suss her out so quick. And it's not fair for Bobby because, you know, again, it's just that scapegoat thing. So I don't like the setup for what they have for Bobby. And Anderson Dawes, if he's there, he's gonna understand him. He might be the best one we've seen as far as the ability to read, the ability to manipulate, the ability to lie, because he saw right through Naomi. He saw right through her. He kept looking over Holden's shoulder to engage her eyes. He knew, you know, that she had some secret weapon out there. He knew it. He had picked up on some tell or some hint. I don't know if it was when he asked her, you know, what do you think? And I hope that that's the way that, I don't know what pinged for him. I think that statement might have been it. Whenever he turned to her and she said, well, I hope that's the way things go. He would have thought, I don't know if he thought, okay, did this one, Naomi, you know, it sounds like she's not convinced that that's the way that things went. Did she take actions to ensure that, you know, whatever that was, that's what started, I think that's what started Dawes on that, okay, Naomi's got something. And of course, that was the big fake out, sending Diogo out there to, you know, lure them all away. But my question is this: that ship didn't seem big enough. Dawes' ship didn't seem, the decoy didn't seem big enough to carry like a, you know, a scout ship or something like the Knight, or, you know, one of our smaller ships inside of it, like the Anubis 1A that Julie took from the Anubis site all the way out to Eros. You know, so I don't think that they launched from, my point, I don't think he launched from Tycho and then a separate ship launched from, with Dawes and, you know, Cordiar, what's his name, the doctor, launched separately. So that means they'd have to still be on the station, right? Because we saw them moving through the station, you know, moments before the alert went off. So it's not like they could have gotten to a ship and launched. And if they did, it would be right in the records. Like, give me the ships that launched within 10 minutes of, you know, and they'd be like, oh, there was these two, you know, and one of them we can get on the horn. So it's not like he would be that far away, or I don't know. I don't know if how he got off the station or if he's off the station. I'm not, but it's Anderson. I'm sure he had that planned 6 ways to Sunday. He's like the Belter Batman, you know, really. But again, my whole point with all this is that I was really engrossed in this one because there's so many nuances going on now on the political side of everything. We've kind of shifted focus and shifted action from the story at the front lines, at the, you know, the grassroots level, at the, you know, just the neighborhood block level on the Rossi, you know, when we were on Eros, when we were with Miller, and we were down in the shit, and we were learning, you know, bit by bit, an element here, an element there, a fact here, a lie there, you know, and we were picking all those things and learning about the entire world, or the scope of what was going on, built upon what we were able to kind of glean and what we were able to harvest from Miller and the Rossi. And we were getting overarching things too with the political situation, but now that was the secondary focus was Christian and everybody else, like how they were relating to the events of the Canterbury, how they were relating to the events of Eros and Tycho and all these things. Now we're starting to see the flip of that. Now we're starting to see the flip of where the powers that be, the Mount Olympus, so to speak, of Mars and the Belt and Earth, are how they're conducting the current moments and taking into consideration the events on Eros. So now which is the norm is that you're going to have the gods of Olympus, the Christians and the Anderson Daweses and the Fred Johnsons and the Martian units. They're the ones calling the shots for the solar system. It was only that reverse aspect because we were at the brink of war, and that's when the people in the front lines decide the fate or the course of the system, which that was our Rossi, making sure that everything happened, getting off Eros, getting out of Eros, getting back to Eros, and all that stuff, and of course Miller. But now we see the old world and the old way and the normalcy of what I can only assume the solar system kind of finding their teeth again, as they have taken the events that are now presumably done, and we're back in a holding pattern, a cold war between two planets. But now we see that this power has shifted from the front lines where the course of the system can be directed back to the heavens, as Olympus decides now exactly what's going to go on and how that grand design affects our gen pop, our regular folks that are down on the Rossi and in the stations and in series. And so, I was engrossed in that because I needed to know what the foundation was going into this. And the fact that we're going to have Christian, Anderson Dawes, now Bobby's going to be there, and whatever the Martian representative is going to be there, you can only assume is the highest level of political operatives are going to be in play, which Christian versus Anderson Dawes, if I can pick a shot and pick a scene that I want, everybody, universe, if you're listening, I need a Christian versus Anderson Dawes scene. I don't need them getting along. I don't need it to be aggressive. I need that deadly syllabic assassination that both of those fuckers possess. And I want to see them fencing each other. I want to see foils up. I want to see Christian v. Anderson Dawes. We need it. Book it. That is the scene that I want, and I need it soon. That is going to be amazing shit because those two characters, I don't think there aren't. I'm going to go ahead and say it. There are not two characters that are better at their respective disciplines than Anderson Dawes and Christian. Who's the best? We have to know. We have to know who the biggest dog on the block is. Who's got the sharpest teeth? Who's the real force in the solar system? My money right now at this moment is on Christian. I am pushing every chip in. I think Christian is at the top of her game. I think she negotiated a absolutely deadly situation in the absolute best way she could have. She has the hearts and minds of the Secretary General. Aaron Wright's been neutered. It's on to the next opponent. If she was a heavyweight champion in the world, the #1 contender is Anderson Dawes. Let's see this rumble in the jungle. I am ready for that fight. And again, I don't want screaming. I don't want finger pointing. I don't want any of this horseshit aggression, theatrics, or show. I want subtlety. I want whispers. I want, like I said, syllabic assassination as these two weigh and measure each other. That's the beautiful scene that we deserve, my friends. And if it's out there, don't spoil it. But I know you won't. I know you won't. I've got to see that one because that's going to rock the house. All right, my friends. And again, we had a very brief thing, and I wanted to end on this one. We had a very brief moment at the top of the episode with Amos, where again, that speculation that we had all initially seen whenever it was originally talked about the magnets taking away the empathy part of your brain. And Amos kind of thought, what? And we reacted to that and said, uh-oh, did that happen to you? And now we had more of that. And now we've had the mention of not only him losing his mother, but someone named Lydia as well. And again, this all harkens back to, you know, the brothels where he grew up. I knew somebody named Rocinante, and we'll see. We'll see. Amos's story is there. And of course, everybody he gets to be a badass, especially Alex in this episode. Anyway, my friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring-a-ding-ding that bell for notifications, and you'll be alerted next time we go live with The Expanse or any of our other sci-fi offerings. And of course, if you'd like any of those early, link to the Patreons in the description. But all that is then, and this is now, my friends. So we have to say goodbye from The Expanse, but where do we say goodbye from? I say we say goodbye from here. Somebody needs our help because they are alone. They've just lost their squad, and they are a fish completely out of water. So at this point, my friends, I think it's only fair that we say goodbye with Bobby as we offer our support and we let her know that we'll be with her and we've got her back from Mars to space to Earth and beyond. My friends, until next time we meet, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.